Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 933. I'm still getting in my comfort zone. I still hear an echo. Should have brought my microphone in. I've been using StreamYard this week because YouTube's not picking up my webcam, which is okay because StreamYard's better and I'm paying for it. So maybe that was the nudge 932 episodes later that I needed. You're paying for this damn subscription. Use it, you fool. So yeah. I know some of you were like, why did I told you to do this? I told you to put stuff in your room. Why haven't you done it yet? Because it's only been a few hours. That's why. We're still like, I may get interrupted today because we've got a household full of people coming for various things. Still a lot of small finishing touches in this house. So that's why there's literally a roll of carpet behind me that goes into a bedroom that is getting carpeted later this week. There's nothing on the walls. There's nothing on the walls yet. So the TV is off. We learned our lesson the hard way yesterday, didn't we? Well, I did. Everybody in the chat was screaming, turn off your TV. They're going to take your video down. They took my video down. I could contest it. And I'm like, no, I'm an idiot. I had the TV on. I'm not going to contest it. So my bad. I won't do it again. See, that's the philosophy you should live by. Don't ask for Don't ask for permission, beg for forgiveness. So we decided to roll the dice, turn the TV on, beg for forgiveness for violating copyright. So that's what we did. What did I do yesterday? A lot. I did a lot of shipping. I didn't do much. Oh, I was this Saturday, by the way, it's scrolling down here. Boom, 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 boom. Madison Card Show is this Saturday at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. 9 to 3, 125 tables. I think I'm sold out. I've got a couple more dealers to book, and then I'm just put the finishing touches hopefully today on follow-ups with previous dealers. I got to find my maps. I think they're down here, so I can map it out for this Saturday. So yeah, that's this Saturday. And then, boom, a couple days later, it's the NATIONAL. I liked Ken's tweet yesterday. It's all content is geared toward the national. And I'm trying to stay away from it because that's why. I'm going to be spending 5 days there, open to close, and I'm already sick of national content. So I can't imagine if you're not, because last year I didn't go, and it's like, oh my God, do we need a countdown 174 days away from the frickin' national? No. How many videos need to be created about tips for the national? Things to bring. Google it. There's 713 of them out there. So trying to stay as much away. Now, as we get closer, and by closer I mean like the day of, next Wednesday, I'll probably be talking about the national, and I'll just kind of personalize it to what I'm going to be doing at the big show. So we've got the Madison Card Show this Saturday. And then we're speaking of shows, with the Madison Card Show this Saturday, the national next week. Fanatics Events, we're going to talk about it. Ziggy mentioned it in the chat yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? I have some thoughts and opinions on Fanatics Events, because it seems like, and this is just, I think, everything in the world, everybody has to bitch about something. Now when it comes to Fanatics, we're going to bitch about Fanatics. and people bitched about Topps, and then all of a sudden Topps is like this. Oh my God, I miss Topps. It's like, well, it's not Topps. So I think Fanatics Events is going to be cool. And no, I don't think they're trying to take over the world or the hobby, at least in this instance. Probably. So I want to talk about that today. I did go to Walmart. I failed to order with all the whirlwind. I failed to order envelopes online. So I'm pumping through shipments yesterday morning, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm out of envelopes. So I made a Walmart run, and the envelope prices at Walmart vary like crazy. I'm going to try to remember what the price was. No, that wasn't the price. Okay, so I'm the math doesn't work on that. So maybe they are about the same price. Anyway, I went to Walmart. I went to 2 Walmarts, and the first Walmart used to be like the really good Walmart for cards in Madison. In fact, that's where, I don't know if Herman's with us in the chat, but that's where I took Herman. Take a flight for the first time in your life. And the first place we go, actually, I don't think it was the first, maybe second or third, Walmart. Let's go look at the cards. And we bought some Bowman. But it used to be like this was, like they had just a freaking wall of cards. And then all of a sudden it changed. And now they've got like 3 standalone boxes of Topps blasters, and that's it. So I went there. They did have envelopes. It was actually perfect. Me going to 2 Walmarts worked out perfectly because no cards, plenty of envelopes. So I got my envelopes. I go to the other Walmart, which is now like the really good Walmart. They flipped, but not good with envelopes. They do not have a good selection of envelopes. So I didn't buy anything. They had a great selection. They had, here's what I did. So I'm looking for clearance because I think you can get some really good deals on retail clearance, but just do your homework. Don't just say, oh, Bo said you get great deals on clearance, I'm going to go buy some. No. There's some that are like $17, and I'm like, I'm not going to pay. Like Bowman Platinum. It's a fun rip, but if you're looking for ROI, don't go Bowman Platinum. They're really nice cards. They're fun. I enjoy collecting them, but they don't have any much resale value. So they did have, I'm looking down into the shadowy corners of the card section, and I see Leaf Draft Football. Now, I'm a big Leaf fan, so I know some people are probably screaming at the computer screen. Leaf sucks. They're terrible. No logos. Blah, 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 blah. I like Leaf for the most part. $13, and you get 2 autographs and like a Leaf metal card. I'm like, damn. It's like $7 an autograph. That's pretty good. I mean, when you look at like, say, the Bowman Platinum Mega Box or the Topps Fire, they're retail boxes, but they have autographs. And they're like 40. Now, you get some other cards with it, but break it down per autograph, you're paying like $30, $40 for an autograph. So 7, pretty good. Until I looked at the checklist. I grabbed 2. And of course, Bryce Young's on the cover and whoever else, Kenny, I don't know. I think Bryce Young was. And I'm looking and I'm like, I've bought like Panini contenders where it's a guaranteed auto, and it's a lot of junk. I'm going to look at this checklist. So standing in front of the baseball card section, pop it in, Leaf 2022 Leaf Draft. There's 2 different color boxes. There's a green and a silver. They were both at my Walmart on clearance. 200 autograph checklist. 200 autograph checklist. And you know there's a lot more Jimmy Joe Robidoux than there is Bryce Young. So what are the chances you get a good autograph? Not very good. So I placed them back into their section. I love 2023 Donruss. I was going to bring them in, but I listed all my non-Cub singles on eBay yesterday. I listed about 700 or 800 cards yesterday in my eBay store, which it had been 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks since I have done any bulk listing to my eBay store, which also explains why my eBay sales in the month of July, as expected, have been so shitty. My eBay sales suck, but I expected it. I've been 2 weeks. I haven't really listed anything. I've been dealing with the move. Was out of town for a few days for the wedding this past weekend. I've got the card show this Saturday. I've got the National coming up. So July is just kind of like we're punting July, and we'll focus on turning things around in August. But I wanted to get a head start listing, get some fresh inventory, maybe get some sales going. So they did have 2023 Donruss blasters at the Walmart I was at yesterday, which I think is a great. I think they're $30 for a blaster, maybe 20. I can't remember the price, but anyway, I did buy a lone 2023 Donruss blaster this past weekend when I was at my mom's house, and I pulled a Brennan Davis rated prospect, pretty cool, and the hit, a rated prospect numbered out of 100, Pete Crow Armstrong. How about that? My boy, my guy, PCA. Numbered out of 100. Numbered 38 out of 100. So, I mean, for that alone, that was a fun 2023 Donruss rip. But I did not buy any yesterday. I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I've got too much. I had my fun when I was out of town. I love out of town rips. There should be a video series. Who travels? If you travel and you enjoy opening retail, create a video series and rip from your hotel room. I love out of town rips. I only travel like once every quarter. So I'm not a good creator of out of town rips. Where are we at today? Hey, and do a little video series, get a little production in there. Like my Friday, Rural America. Today we're in Princeton, Illinois. And then flash to some photos of Princeton, Illinois. Maybe a little history. What Major League Baseball player was born in Princeton, Illinois? I bet there is one. Like an old-timey. I bet there's an old-timey baseball player from Princeton, Illinois. Wikipedia. Let's Wikipedia. Princeton, Illinois. That's where I got these 2023 Donruss. It's just down the road from Anawan, my hometown. So we're on Wikipedia. Notable. There's a lot of notable people from Princeton. It is in what we call from Anawan, we call it a big city because it has Walmart and some stoplights. Billy Garrett, an auto racer, is from Princeton, Illinois. That's about it. Let's see. Oh, they have an NBA player, Joe Rucklick, who played for the Philadelphia Warriors. You know who else is from Princeton, Illinois? Josh Taylor. You may know him from Days of Our Lives, or if you're not a soap opera fan, he was the dad in the Hogan Family. I'll drink to that. Josh Taylor, Princeton, Illinois. No Major League Baseball players. That's shocking to me. Shocking, I tell you. Anyway. So I did not buy any cards yesterday because I got enough shit going on. So that's what I did. So yeah, today we've got a whole bunch of shit going on too, and tomorrow and the next day. So hopefully today I can get my list of dealers finalized for this Saturday's Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Dolan Drive, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. I'll be there set up. I'll have some supplies. I'll have my bargain boxes. I'll probably have some new stuff in the bargain boxes. So come see me. Michael Renicky, I was going to ask you, I just saw his chat pop up. I was just going to ask you, I think you told me you nor Scott can set up this Saturday. I was going to follow up because I could have been misremembering. I didn't. Usually I try to ask all the vendors, and I don't know why I didn't do that last month, because now it creates more time for me to spend messaging dealers. Hey, you coming? You coming? You coming? You coming? So Michael Renicky, are you coming? Are you setting up? Let's go to the chat. What do we got going on? We've got Uncle Rich. Like button, please, to keep Bo on the air so he does not have to watch MLB Network all day. I would actually enjoy watching MLB Network all day. I don't get MLB Network. I get MLB TV, but not the network, because I have YouTube TV, and YouTube TV does not have MLB Network. I'm having an issue. Did I talk about it yesterday? I have an LG TV, not that one, but in that room, the rec room. And you cannot download the MLB TV app directly from LG. You have to do like a third party. You have to either mirror, which I think is stupid. I think we're evolved enough in technology. We don't have to screen mirror things. Where was I going with this? Oh, yes, the LG. You can't download the MLB TV app. So I got the app. You can put it on like Apple TV. So we have a first generation. We have a couple first generation Apple TVs. Should have kept one in the box. I saw like a first generation iPad, iPod, iPhone. One of those things sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I wonder what my used first generation Apple TV could sell for. Anyway, as you can imagine, with a first generation Apple TV, I struggled with it. I had, maybe it's on, do they have different apps? I couldn't even figure out how to download like a different app on the screen. I'm Googling, I'm getting pissed off, and I can't find it. So I didn't watch the Cubs game last night, which is okay because the Cubs are done. It's July 18th. I'm throwing in the white flag on Cubs playoffs in my win prediction. But I'm going to stand tall with my, 2 out of 3 bold predictions are looking good. Justin Steele, a favorite for the National League Cy Young. The loss of Wilson Contreras will be addition by subtraction. I think you can make that argument. But my Cubs win total and playoff is not looking good because the Cubs lost again last night to the hapless Washington Nationals. So they keep falling. We're just a couple weeks away from the deadline. I think the Cubs are going to sell at the trade deadline. I think you say bye-bye to Cody Bellinger, and I hate to say this, but I think Marcus Stroman is going to be shipped away as well. So the Cubs are 7 games below 500. They are 8.5 games behind division leader, the Milwaukee Brewers. Second place, Cincinnati Reds. So there you go. So the NL Central, can that keep up? Can the Reds? I mean, the Reds are looking good with all they have like a new prospect every week. Christian Encarnacion Strand, the latest prospect, could get called up in Cincinnati. So fun times if you're a Reds fan. Not so if you are a Cubs fan, like my friend Victor. Good morning. Victor's in the house. We've got Red Bridge here. Good morning. Tracy, good morning. He's got the house to himself this morning. How about that? I am the exact opposite of the spectrum. I will have a full house of, let's see, we've got window cleaners. We've got HVAC coming today. Who else? We've got somebody else coming today. Security system is getting put in today. I wish landscaping would come soon. It's looking pretty shitty out there. Inside of the house looks good. Outside, not so much. We've got speaking of outside, our outside furniture will be delivered today, so that'll be fun. Red Bridge says, turn the game on. Harlan, good morning. Kyle's in the house. The TV is off today. No more trouble. No more trouble. Boston Smoke, good morning. We've got Greg in the house. Harlan says you need an on-air graphic. I do. Eventually, I'll get to it. I still haven't even organized my shipping office outside of my actual cards in my inventory. Yesterday, I wanted to use my work time, which is all the time, but I wanted to utilize my time listing some cards since it had been 2 weeks. but I really do need to get that shipping area organized so I can make it a little more, because right now I have just shit everywhere. So I actually have like a plan for the shipping room as far as the shelves go. Like the first shelf as you walk in will be for new inventory. Like when I go buy a bulk lot, it will go there to get sorted. I have 2 tables on the back wall behind me, and that's where I will sort. And then I have on the opposite side, on the wall over here, which is actually just behind that door, that is my upcoming inventory. So I can just take it from right there, boom, bring it in here, and this is my listing area. So I've got a pretty good setup. I just got to get it set up. Minneapolis Kid, you should stream your stream to the TV. Then it will make one of those infinity things. How about that? Card Hobbyist, good morning. Dan says, when do you move downstairs? So I am downstairs. This is my office. So this is my office. That door right there is the shipping area, which I probably only did 1 video from that room, right? I think Wednesday was the first time I went live from the new house last week. And then Thursday I had to call it off. So I did 1 show back there in the card room, or the shipping room. And then the big card room is on the other side. So this is downstairs. Card Hobbyist says, be careful. Those boxes in the background might get a copyright strike. I know, right? Those little, my wife, these things, you probably can't see my mouse. Damn it. I can't get my directions. If I just do this, eventually I'm going to land on it. Anyway, those boxes you see right behind me, my wife loves those things. I hate them. I have one right freaking here. They're everywhere. And it's like, honey, I don't have use for these. Well, you can put stuff in them. What stuff? What stuff am I going to put in them? I hate those things. They're fucking everywhere. Oops. So those, I think I'm just going to toss those in the, I'm glad, who mentioned that? Card Hobbyist. Thank you, Card Hobbyist, because I'm going to freaking move those like right as soon as I hit stop on this video. I'm getting those the hell out of here. One thing I did want to do yesterday was measure that space up there. Well, I guess you can see there's the door stop right there. So basically, line up, and then I want to kind of, I'm probably going to, oh gosh, because I'm not good with like measurements. So I want to get like a card case, because that'll look perfect. If I have like a card case right there with my best Cubs cards, it'll look great on screen. So yeah, want to do that. Will you be paying for any autos at the National? Some of the prices are nuts. Yeah, in signings, autograph signings are always crazy expensive. I mean, so like, and especially like newer players. I can't remember when it was, but it might have been the last National in Chicago. Billy Williams was like $50 or $60, and like some bench player for the Cubs was like $150. And it's like, look at these prices. Billy Williams, a Hall of Famer, which I mean is the same in cards. Like I bought a Billy Williams rookie card at the Chandler, Arizona card show for $10. $10. Go get an Ellie De La Cruz for $10. He doesn't have rookies yet, but get a first Bowman Chrome, and you're going to pay what, $40? Similar with autographs. No, I do not pay for signings unless it's something I really want or need. Gosh, I don't. Of all of my autographs I have, and I'm not talking like third-party eBay, because I buy a lot on eBay, but I don't know if I've ever bought an autograph at a signing. I mean, I've paid for events that come with autographs, like especially like Club 400 events, but specifically wait in line to pay $300 for an autograph. I don't think I've ever done that. I mean, I know I've never ever paid $300 or some of those, exorbitant prices. I thought it won it. I've only been to 2 nationals. I thought it won maybe the first one. No, I think the only autograph I got was Rick Russell, and he was a free autograph signing. Now, 2 years ago, you could sell your autographs. Like if you were a VIP, you could sell your autographs. But the free autographs this year are just not really worth it. It's a lot of Chicago guys, and like all of them that played for the Cubs, I have like 10 autographs of or more in some cases. So I just, somebody texted me, I think yesterday, and they're like, hey, have you found any buyers for your autograph? I'm like, I haven't even attempted. Like I've looked at the blowout forums and like, there's no activity. And I just know there's not a market. Like, I'm just going to drop mine off at the Signatures for Soldiers. So if you don't want your autograph tickets, drop them off at Sigs for Soldiers. That goes to a great cause. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drop them off at Signatures for Soldiers because I don't need a 47th Jody Davis autograph or a 74th Steve Trout autograph. So, but if anybody needs any of the free signers from the National, let me know and we can meet up. But otherwise, I'm just going to drop them off on Wednesday or Thursday at Signatures for Soldiers. So no, I won't be paying for any autos or anything like that. I'm a big autograph collector, but I'm not. It's more like I have an awesome Cubs autograph collection, but I don't think I have an Ernie Banks, like baseball. I don't think I have an Ernie Banks signed baseball just because they're expensive. And I'd rather use that money towards something else than a signed baseball. The baseballs I get usually are in person. Or if I find them at a show cheap, a lot of times I'll find, especially at the National, cheap signed baseballs. You know, like an old timer from the 50s for $20. I think I got an Andy Pafko signed baseball for like $20, $25 at the last National. So that's my gig with autographs. Big autograph collector, but I'm not going to pay a bunch of money for autographs. Mark Marinello, good morning to you. Dan is supposed to depart 17 hours. Hopefully, did they get things straightened out with your with those flights? I love having my coffee maker right here. But I keep forgetting things. Like this morning, I'm like, upstairs, the only thing I need is my coffee cup because now I have everything to make my coffee in my office. So I come in here, I get set up, I close the door, and I realize, shit, it takes water to make the coffee. Now I don't have a sink in. Now maybe I could put a sink back there. No, not a good idea. We want the sink on the other end. Why do people care about what others do videos on? If you don't like it, turn it off and use the opportunity to find new channels that are consistently showing what good in the hobby. So this is a great point, and I'm going to share my opinion because I understand where you're going with this. It's almost like I'm a big Cubs fan, and the Cubs just suck, and I'm bitching about the Cubs, but I'm doing it out of passion. Because I love the Cubs. I want them to do good. And I think that's why people bitch about other content. Because we enjoy most of the content. But when all of the content revolves around one event, which you may or may not even be attending, it's overkill. Like I enjoy Hobby Hotline. But it seems like 2 months... For 2 months straight, it's national. And it's just like, it's a turnoff. Even for me, I'll be going every day, open to close, and I'm already sick of hearing about it. But it's not because I care and I do. Well, actually, no, I do care what others do on their videos. And I'm sure people bitch about, how many people were bitching about my move for the last 3 weeks or 3 months? probably most of you. And I understand because you want to listen to me talk about other things, not about my damn house. So I get it. And that's where I'm coming from, where it comes in terms of the national. Just tired of it. I'm tired of the national talk. So that's, I don't know if that makes any sense. You wonder, but that's how I look at it. Like, I enjoy some of the content out there, but when it comes to like national talk constantly, it's like, I'm tired of hearing about it. Flawed thinker, good morning. George, what's up? You know who's terrible? FedEx is terrible. Yeah, FedEx lost my frickin' SGC submission last year. Speaking of lost mail, I don't think I talked about this. So 2 weeks ago, I bought 3 like rare tobacco cards, like just beaters, out of pre-war collector, I think is his name on Twitter. I think he does weekly Sunday sales. And so somebody in my Cubs chat sent a link to it. And I'm like, oh, sweet. And so I'm looking for Cubs. I'm like, oh, boom, boom, boom. So I bought 3. And so I had my PayPal sent to my previous address, which I was still living there. By the time they were shipped and about to be delivered, we were in the process of moving. But, we still had a whole week. This was last week. So they were scheduled to be delivered Monday. Well, Monday and Tuesday were when the movers were there. So we had like cars everywhere. So the mailman didn't deliver my mail because it was blocked, the mailbox, which annoys me. Like, get out of your little mail truck and walk up to the mailbox. But I digress. So, and it's still, and I've been dealing with this for a week now. So this was last Monday. So, and I paid through PayPal. So I still have a PayPal message. One package needs attention. We're now 8 days later. So this is what it says. So tracking number from USPS. I'm going to have to physically go to the Verona post office, which is even further out of my way now. It was out of my way when I lived at the old house. Now it's even further out of my way. And I don't know if I'll have time today. Anyway, here I am bitching again. So it says, no access to delivery location. This was Monday, July 10th. And the note was left at 4:53 p.m., which my mail was delivered at like noon. Well, it was delivered over there at noon. Latest update. We could not access the delivery location to deliver your package on July 10th, 2023 in Verona. We will redeliver on the next delivery day. No action needed. That's the last update from July 10th, 8 days ago. So when I received that on Monday night, I'm like, okay, well, it's going to come tomorrow. The mail was delivered on Tuesday, but guess what wasn't delivered? My $210 package of vintage Cubs cards. So I'm like, I'll give it another day. Give it to Wednesday. Still nothing. Thursday comes, still nothing, and I'm getting ready to leave. So I file a missing mail claim. So when filling that out, I want it to be delivered now to my new address. Mail forwarding started, I believe, Thursday. So I filed the missing mail claim, did my thing last weekend because now it's in that like, maybe it's stuck in transit. Now it gets triggered like, hey, we now have mail forwarding, so we're going to send it to the new place. So it's going to be a couple day delay. So I'm like, okay, I filed this missing mail claim. I forward it to the new address. Mail forwarding is already activated at the old address. I should be good. By the time I get home Sunday, or maybe even in Monday's mail, my package will be in the mailbox. Nah. I get home Sunday, check the mailbox, just bills. I'm like, okay, well, let's give it a couple days. Monday, yesterday, nothing. One of my packages that I also bought, like in the middle of this, did trigger that mail forwarding, which I had bought like last week. Shit, when did I buy that? Maybe it was Wednesday. I bought a package Wednesday and it was already hit my old post office and forwarded into my mailbox Monday. So this one still floating somewhere 8 days later. So in the meantime, somebody from the post office called me twice. Now, remember, I'm at wedding activities, so I can't answer my phone. Like, actually, the first time I probably ignored it because I didn't recognize the number. And I always screen my calls. So I get the voicemail. I think this was actually, might have been Friday, and it was late in the day Friday. Yeah, it was. It was Friday, late in the day. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing stuff. I don't have time to call back. I'll do this Monday. They called again Saturday. And it was actually, I had just gotten to the hotel. I think they called when I was just getting to the hotel to get ready for the wedding. And so I get the voicemail. I'm like, okay, I'm going to call back. One of the other groomsmen was in the room, and I'm like, the hell, whatever. So I'm going through an automated menu. Nothing. So yesterday, things slow down, and I try calling 6 times. I can't get through to anybody. So I've got to take my happy ass down to Verona, go to the post office, and try to figure out where this package is. So USPS sucks too, George. And so does FedEx. Grinding for good. What's happening? Good morning. Royals 417. Matt in the house. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Good morning, Scotty Dubs. Looking forward to meeting everyone at the National. What is the best way to sell your autograph tickets for the VIP signers? This year, there's not a good way. This way, unfortunately, there is just not a good way. The VIP signers for this year's National, not saleable. So I would not expect you to be able to. I mean, you might get lucky and move them for $5 a pop. I don't know. I'm going to donate mine. By the way, speaking of the meeting everyone Saturday of the National, so a week from this Saturday, we're going to do a meetup at Shoeless Joe's, which is just down the street from the Donald Stevens Convention Center, right after the National. Hobby Evolution get together. Where are we at? Brian Wolf in the house. James says top series 2 hangers. Donald Davis is here. Uncle Rich says Richard Widmark as well from the Racing World from Princeton. Richard, oh, did I miss that one? Richard Widmark. Where's he at? Oscar-nominated actor of 61 movies. He was the senior class president graduating from Princeton High School. You know, he lived a long life. Passed away at the age of 93. Interesting. I don't know. I probably don't know any of his movies because he's an old-timey actor. Where are we at? Michael says, Scott is walking the show. My son has a baseball tournament in Reedsburg, so I'm out. Okay, sounds good. So I will not put you on the list. David says, not sure it is the best way, but there are always people selling their VIP auto tickets at the TriStar auto lines, walking around. The way, and I've only done this, I think, once before the 2021 National. I sold mine on the blowout forums. In fact, I sold them to somebody that I didn't know, but the guy who had picked them up is a friend of mine. And so we're both in the VIP room, wait, and he looks at me and I look at him and I'm like, are you picking up autograph tickets? And he goes, yeah. Are you selling autograph? I'm like, yeah. So we were actually talking. He's like, yeah, nobody's buying these this year. So if you do, let me know. Let's see. Michael says he's been wondering about that. No interest in the autos with the VIP package. Red Light says go Refs. I think he maybe means the Reds. I think the Rockies are done too, but I'm not sure there's too much tradable players unless it's a young gun. John DeBoard, what's up? TV guy. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. I literally just woke up. I'll watch the replay, but wanted to say howdy. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Cooter's in the house. Good morning. Can't stay long. The youngest is having her wisdom teeth extracted this morning. Ooh, Cooter, make sure you have your phone handy to video the aftermath of the funny gas or whatever they do. Those videos are fun to watch. the things you say when you're high on laughing gas or whatever the hell, nitrous oxide, whatever the hell they call it at the orthodontist. Good morning, Ed. Dan thought I was upstairs. Not upstairs. We're downstairs. I don't understand paying so much for an auto and you can't take a pic with them. Have to pay to do it before paying, waiting for an auto. Yeah, it's the market for in-person signings is crazy. Let's see. Dan says, I watched Victor's autograph seeking video, and when he brought up the prices, I was like, I don't need to pursue that auto project anymore. The funny thing is you can get autos like a fraction of the price compared to like the actual in-person signings. The funny thing was last or 2 years, I keep saying last year, 2 years ago, the Chicago Sports Spectacular had a show because they had to cancel, because this was 2021 and they had to cancel their spring show. So they had a show like a month after the National, and many of the same autograph signers that signed at the National signed at the Chicago Sports Spectacular a month later, and they were significantly less in price. Brian says, donate autos to the Veteran Society. I saw, yes, Signatures for Soldiers. I think they're the official charity of the National. Good guys over there. Reppin' Rajon Rondo. My first time seeing the new place. Yes, sir. This is only day 2. I think we did. I did one live video last week in the shipping room. So this is where the Hobby Evolution will now originate from. Now, in the future, we're going to have something on the wall over here. I'm not going to have a roll of carpet on the floor behind me. I've got to put something down in here. I'll talk to my wife. Once we get like others, like right now, like getting the sound is not top of mind. I don't even have my shelves full. Actually, this shelf where my coffee maker's at is going to go on that wall. It's off camera. I've got my desktop computer box still in here. I don't even know what the hell's in that box. So, I mean, there's still. So some things are just on the back burner. Ed does the same, donates his free autos to Signatures for Soldiers. Bargain Boxer has his countdown going. TD Sports Cards, good morning to you. Reppin' Rajon, are you driving up Wednesday morning or going earlier? My plan is driving down Wednesday morning. So I'm going to play it by ear. I may drive down just to get in time to get in line, like leave here at noon, eat a quick lunch, drive down, check in, and then just get straight in line for the VIP entrance at 3 o'clock. I think 3 o'clock is when VIP doors open. So just check in and just go straight into line. Or I may, depending on how much work I have, I may go down early in the morning and get there by like noon and hang out in the VIP lounge. So one way or the other, but I'd say the earliest I'll get there would be noon Wednesday, otherwise 2, and I'll just get in line. Ziggy's in the house. What's up, Ziggy? Can you suggest sell ads for sponsors on the TV behind you? That would be cool if I ever did sponsors. Get your sponsor. Let's see. Victor says, thinking about picking up some bulk at the National. Any advice on approaching a dealer or making an offer? Yeah. You know, in the early days of Hobby Evolution, I gave some advice to Dan, US Sports Cards, and now he's like a bulk buyer. So typically, if it's going to be at the National, you might want to put a bug in the ear like early on. What I like to do is I always like to, it's basically sales 101, right? So here's my approach. And this is how I typically buy bulk. I don't just go up to every dealer, and some people do it and they have success doing it, but I like to build some type of rapport with the dealer. So I'll go up, and first he's got to have inventory that I want to buy bulk. And so if he does, I'll flip through and I'll make a purchase. Maybe it's $10, maybe it's $40. Maybe it's $50, whatever. Depends on what he has in the boxes. Maybe we chit chat. Some dealers aren't as chit chatty as others. And then as you're checking out, you give him the pile, he counts them, and then you go in for the ask. And you say, do you ever sell these in bulk? And then at the national, the dealers are probably going to be like, I already have somebody, or maybe, or no, or yes. And from there, it's like, what? Like if you go to a small card show, this happens a lot at smaller card shows because it's dealers that aren't like dealers. Like national, you're going to have dealers. Smaller card shows, monthlies, it's going to be guys that are just, you know, putting boxes out and they're like, oh, I never thought of that. I don't know. And they're going to hem and haw. So that's my approach. And I just ask, you know, would you sell these? And I always make them give me a number. If they say, make me an offer, I say, no, thanks. I just kind of play dumb. I'm like, I don't know what I would pay for this, even though I do. I usually have a range in mind. Like, okay, I would pay between 200 and 500 for this. And if they come and say 150, I'll be like, sold. If they come and say 1,000, I'm like, we're too off. We're too far off. And in that case, if my like range is 200 to 500 and they say 1,000, I'm probably not even going to counter. If they say 1,000, I'm going to be like, I'll pass. Because now I'm starting to think, well, 500s, I don't even really want to pay 500 because that's at the tippy top of my range. So that's my approach. That's my approach. And as far as at the national, there's a couple ways to approach it because dealers at the beginning, especially of a multi-day show, are not going to be as open to selling all their bulk on Wednesday or Thursday. But on Sunday, they don't want to go home with it. So they're a little more apt to sell on Sunday. However, people may have beat you to the punch. And they might have asked that dealer on Wednesday or Thursday, would you be interested in selling your leftover inventory on Sunday? And he's like, yep, I'll put you at the top of the list, or yep, you're in line, or that. So you might want to go just have that conversation early, because otherwise by Sunday, if you get there when they're willing to move it, they've already got a line of people looking to make that purchase. Let's see. Also, the rookie autos are what's high. Have a decent PSA return I'm revealing tonight. Hopefully I did good. Last time I had an 85% gem rate. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says, Bo's YouTube membership coming. For $3.99 a month, you can have your name scrolling on the TV during Hobby Evolution. There you go. That's going to be $2, Flipping Sports Guy. I showed your message. Isn't that what some of the channels do? Like, they'll show your name on the screen for like, I'm not going to do that. Not going to sell out like that. Michael says VIP registration and gift distribution is 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday. Yes, sir. It is. Rumor has it that Singles Club is going to have 50-cent boxes. Rumor is confirmed. All of their boxes will be 50 cents. It's their 5th anniversary. Chris actually mentioned this to me. I kept it secret, but they released it a few days ago. I saw them. He actually texted me and said, "Okay, you can spill the beans now." We tweeted it out. So yes, the Singles Club will be 50 cents this year, not $1. He was kind of telling me what's in the boxes, so I'm excited. I'm excited. That's where you'll see me first thing Wednesday afternoon. Good morning. My first time on the new stream. Congrats on the new house. Thank you, Dan. Let's see. Victor didn't look up everyone, only the folks I was interested in. The only upcharge was for Kareem, Reggie, and Mike Schmidt. Let's see. Looks like StreamYard is helping Bo keep up with the chat. So yeah. And I know how far. So that was I'm all caught up now. So I wanted to talk about Fanatics Events because it was broke like last week, and I found a news article from CNBC. Fanatics to launch live events business as it seeks to create a sports version of Comic-Con. So key points in this article. Fanatics will launch Fanatics Events, a business that will look to recreate the Comic-Con experience for sports collectibles. The new venture aims to start holding events next year, so 2024. And Fanatics, which will own a majority stake in the business, is partnering with IMG. So IMG is a big talent management firm. They work with universities, athletics departments, and all that stuff. So I think it's a good thing, and I think half of the hobby, half of the collectibles collectors will think it's great, and the other half will think it's dumb and Fanatics is stupid, along with everything else. Nobody's going to agree on everything. Does that make? Nobody's going to agree on everything. Nobody's going to agree. That doesn't make sense. So what I envision, and I've never been to a Comic-Con. I went to Collecticon down in Dallas back in May, and it was my first Collecticon, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So the Collecticon, how I could explain it, was a little bit of everything. And it wasn't just, in fact, it was more non-sports than it was sports. And I'm talking like it was a lot of Pokemon, like TCG. And I always forget what the hell that stands for, but TCG. So your Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. People were dressed up kind of like Comic-Con. Hell, there was a concert. Tone Loc performed on stage, which I was annoyed with. I love Tone Loc. I popped when he came on with Funky Cold Medina and Wild Thing. But it was loud as hell. And I'm trying to dig through a dollar box, and I'm listening to frickin' Tone Loc. Boom, 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 Wild Thing, boom. Trading card game. Thank you, Dan. Concerts at card shows, not a good mix. But concert after a card show would be pretty cool. Hey, stick around. You can have your own little makeshift trade night. Listen to Tone Loc. I think that'll be pretty, especially with, I think a Collecticon for strictly sports would be freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. You get your cards, bobbleheads, game used stuff, new apparel, like just, I mean, it's endless. The opportunities are endless. You have your autograph signings. And I saw some people on social media like, oh, Fanatics is trying to take over everything in the hobby. This isn't them trying to take over card shows. This is just a new, we don't have, in sports collectibles, we don't have a Comic-Con. You know, Collecticon isn't even like, I mean, it's a very small percent sports related. So actually having an event like a Comic-Con for sports, the National is cards with, you know, some memorabilia and a lot of corporate sponsors. And you'll probably see that at Fanatics SportsCon or whatever the hell they eventually call it. But I think it's going to be great. Is there still going to be monthly hotel shows? Without a doubt, 100%. Is there still going to be the National? Absolutely. Is there still going to be Burbank, Dallas, Philly? Yes, absolutely. It's not going to replace anything. It's going to add value. And if you don't like it, kind of like what Zach said about content, if you don't like it, don't go. It's not taking away anything. It's adding value to the hobby. And I think that's what a lot of people think Fanatics is trying to take over everything and they're taking away your enjoyment of the hobby. And that's not the case. They're adding value to it. And I know people will disagree because they just have this Fanatics evil empire. I don't agree with everything Fanatics is doing, but I think they're doing great. John says he might start saving for the National next year or 2025. Problem is, I'll need to stop buying too much in the meantime. There you go. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. Bargain Boxer says he's not a fan of Fanatics events. Going to be targeted at gamblers. Going to be fewer cards and more cash grab crap. Well, that's okay. You don't have to be a fan of Fanatics events. I think it's cool because the hobby isn't just old geezers like us that love baseball cards. This hobby, there's a lot of gamblers. The more people, and I think this is what gets lost in the hobby, the more people that are involved, the better it is for all of us. And especially for somebody like me who does this full time. The more people are shitting on Michael Rubin and his white party or whatever the hell that was with all these celebrities. That's really good. How do you 10x the hobby? You don't 10x the hobby by catering to us geezers that love our cardboard. You 10x the hobby by getting celebrities and doing things different from your core base. They're not targeting us. They've already got us, hook, line, and sinker. If you're watching this, you're already in. Fanatics doesn't. This sounds harsh. They don't care about you. The business development side, they don't care about you because they're looking for new. That's how you 10x the hobby. You 10x the hobby by doing stuff that we probably don't want because they've already got us. They're already catering to us to an extent. That's how you 10x the hobby. Ben went to Wrigley for the first time last night. Awesome experience, except for the result, if you're a Cubs fan. So, Ben, I do want to ask, what all did you take in? So you're at Wrigley Field, first time ever. Did you do anything pregame or postgame? And if you did, what did you do? Upon entering the concourse, your first thoughts, sights and smells, because I still distinctly remember my first trip to Wrigley Field. And then when you walk out and you see that field, I still get goosebumps. If I'm in I do the bleachers a lot now, but if I'm in the seating area, I still get goosebumps coming from the concourse and taking those steps, I think, up, and then seeing the sunlight, because you're in this dark, gloomy concourse that smells like puke and hot dogs. And then you get some fresh air, sunshine, and green grass. Oh, it's amazing. Goosebumps. Dan says, has your mind changed about trying to have any University of Wisconsin NIL athletes at your show? Yes. I don't have any interest in it. I don't have any interest in it. I've started to consider possibly doing like an autograph show, but it wouldn't be tailored to Wisconsin. It would be tailored to the Cubs just based on my relationships. And there's actually a lot of Cubs fans here. But I was very bullish on NIL for my card show, Madison, when it was introduced. And then it quickly, like, you know what, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So will I change my mind again? Possibly. But like I when it comes to the Madison card show, it's a card show. It's not an autograph show. That's not my thing. But it could be. I mean, I'm at 125 tables now, but I don't think the Madison card show is going to be 125 tables for the next 10 years or how many ever years. Hell, next year it might be 40 tables. What do you do to get people in the door? Autograph signings. That's how you do it. So early on I was bullish, and now I'm more bearish. They've already taken over the hobby. They're protecting their investment. I might look to buy non-sport packs to rip for fun. Non-sport packs are a lot of fun to rip. I still have my shoebox of a bunch of old from my retro rips or retro breaks. The hell did I call that? I did like 6 videos and then because nobody watched it. For baseball teams, do you think their team-sponsored events like Cubs Fest would stay in a house or partner with Fanatics? That's kind of a slippery slope because Cubs convention is it's team sponsored. I don't see Fanatics because that's a Major League Baseball, and I don't see any like fan fests. Certainly it wouldn't be Fanatics led, at least in my opinion. So I don't see anything like that happening. I could see Fanatics certainly setting up as like a corporate sponsor at those fests, conventions, but I can't see Fanatics running a Cubs Con, a whatever else it might be. Ben says, I'm a Pirates fan living in South Florida. We walked around the stadium pregame and then outside Wrigleyville postgame. We sat in the bleachers and just walking out was awesome. Awesome. Love it. Wrigley's just, I love Wrigley Field so much. Just love it. I haven't been this year. Have I? No, I haven't. Hopefully I'll get there next month. Fingers crossed. Ethan Roberts is still, I think he did what did he do yesterday? I think he did a 55 pitch bullpen yesterday in like 115 degree heat down in Mesa. So I'm hoping he can get back and make his return, be back to Wrigley Field in August, and hit up a Cubs game next month when things slow down a little bit. My buddy texted me the other night and he's like, hey, do you want to go down early? Because the Cubs are out of town like the entire week of the National. They have a game Tuesday, then they don't play again at Wrigley until Monday. Although I do think they have a couple games with the White Sox that week on the south side. And I just have I go to I'm there open to close, and then I drive to the hotel and look at cards. Like that's unless I do like on Saturday, we'll meet at Shoeless Joe's. Thursday, I probably will do the YouTube get together with Mike Moynihan at one of the hotels down there. I'll probably go to that on Thursday, and that's probably it. So I just love going back to the hotel and looking at my cards. I'm a nerd. Sean says, you are not alone with USPS problems. So many incoming and outgoing mail arriving late on tracking. Today, my mail got delivered at 7:45. Never comes before noon. Wow. Steve Thompson in the house. What's going on with Riley Thompson? Are you related to Riley Thompson? I might be. My last name is Thompson also. He's from Kentucky, and that's where my Thompson kin originated, Kentucky. So we're probably distant cousins. I'm not sure. Is he hurt or is he pitching? He was a guy that I thought would make a good stride this year. Let's see what Riley Thompson is up to. Riley Thompson. Let's see. 2-6 with a 4.97. Jesus, ads everywhere. 2-6 with a 4.97 ERA. He started 12 games, 58 innings, 57 strikeouts in 58 innings. Let's see. Do we have a game breakdown? Has he pitched recently? Oh, on July 6th, they moved him to the development list. Okay. So usually when they move pitchers to the development list, that means they're like switching positions. So like with a pitcher, Steve is not related to Riley. Are we related, Steve? It probably means they're switching him to the bullpen. Look at how the Cubs bullpen issues have been. The Cubs moved Daniel Palencia. He was a starter at AA Tennessee. They moved him to the development list to develop him into a reliever. So that's probably with the issues because, I think Riley's ready for the big leagues. To start, maybe not, but put him in the bullpen where the Cubs have a lot of needs. So I bet that's what's going on. So July 6th. And usually it's like a 2-week stint in the how can we break it down by year? I'm in MILB. stats. I want to look at 2023, but I want to break down game logs. There we go. Game logs. So he did pitch a couple days ago. Did he start? And he did start. Interesting. I don't know what. He went 5 innings. 5 innings, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, which happened to be a home run. 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. Ooh. Let's see. What's his? July. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Good morning, Paul Heath. Steve's been holding on to his Sapphire First Auto. Nice. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. I think we have people probably in the house or getting ready to come into the house. So I'm going to wrap things up, get some shipping done. We will be back at it tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great, the hell day is it? Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.